Wow, the tail end of a hurricane. Pretty wet out there. Perfect time to go camping on my motorcycle. I have unleashed the Adventure KLX230, so bear with me here. I have Nelson rig dry bags bought off Kijiji. Guided the Labrador Highway with them apparently. I have tools, bug spray, stuff like that here. My cook set, fire starter there. This Joe Rocket dry bag with these buckles that freaked me out at first, but now I kind of like them. In this I have, ooh, it's a little top heavy. I have my tent, sleeping bag, some odds and ends, my clothing, things like that. Now when I travel with my Suzuki, I don't have to have any kind of backpack at all. This setup, I am going to have a small backpack with my food and stuff in it. It does look pretty funny, eh, buddy? Just a little funny. My backpack's going to have my rain gear in as well, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to need today. So getting ready to load the bike up to the trailer. Going to drop my dogs at my mom's and then unload and go to Fundy National Park. My plan is to spend the night tonight in Point Wolfe. After that, I'm going to move on to the scenic Fundy Trail, do some riding. But my goal, a place I wanted to go since I was literally a kid, I'd like to go to Martin Head tomorrow, which is close to everything. In fact, I might skip the Fundy Trail and just do Martin Head. I can't decide. Because my friend Tyler and his dad used to go there when we were like 12. That was 20 years ago for me, and I've been hearing about it my whole life. Time to finally go. But I'm all loaded up, ready to go. Might be the world's dumbest moto camper. It's not going anywhere, right? Almost ready to go. Quick little update. I am on the move. I am in Weldon, New Brunswick. Little park that's here. Had a little bit of drama getting it off the trailer at my mom's place. I forgot about how top heavy it would be and the bike kind of fell over. Nobody was hurt, the bike wasn't hurt, everything was fine, picked it back up. Next time I'm not gonna haul the bike loaded. I'll load it once I take it off the trailer. Rookie mistake. I haven't been rained on yet. The hurricane seems to have been dissipating a little bit. I got sprinkled on a bit. Of course, I'm one of those people that's constantly not wearing his rain gear when he should and getting soaked. It's been a theme of my life for quite a long time. I'm wearing my full rain gear today, and I'm sweating buckets, but I'm not going to take it off because I know if I take it off it's going to rain. So that's fine. I'm going to move on to Alma now. Maybe go check in and then go explore after. All right, I am in another little detour spot. I followed the Crooked Creek Road down from the lookout. Found this gorgeous spot. The Quad NB trails on the Quad NB app are kind of vague, so none of these are on the GPS, unfortunately. So I'm going to keep looking for a way to get to Alma on the back roads. If I need to backtrack to the main road again, I'll be fine. Trails are super wet, of course, thanks to the hurricane we just had. But me and my little Adventure KLX230, we've been doing okay. My butt's a little sore. That's okay. I knew I made a good choice on this trail. This is the Crooked Creek Bridge. This was just built a couple years ago, I think, for the ATV Club. I've just followed an absolute masterpiece of a trail, meandering along this river. Lots of rocks, lots of water, of course, because, you know, hurricane. Tropical storm, I guess it was. But man, this is so worth it. I talked to some guys in a Tacoma and a Kia SUV, of all things. Anyway, they said they've been down here before and I should be able to get to Alma. They said they got lost here once and ended up in Salisbury. Don't really want to do that. But, ooh, a little bird. Let's see where I make it out. If I have to turn back, well, here's what it is. Down the trail a little ways from that last bridge. Found this bridge. A beautiful covered bridge. Crooked Creek covered bridge. There's a campsite here. Someone's missing boot. This is awesome. I'm super pumped. All right, famous last words, but these signs don't make much sense to me. I'm gonna go this way because that's kind of where my compass tells me is towards Alma. Yeah, I don't know. Snowmobile trails, kind of confusing, especially in the summertime. I mean, there's fuel not far. Like, where would that be? Anyway, I'll figure it out. Yes. I love it when a plan comes together. I knew it would meet up at some point. I finally came out of the rocks to find this. If it could stay like this for a while, I'd be happy. Oh, fuck. Ah! Plugging it in third. Need to stop filming. There. Yeah, if I could just do this for a little bit. There's a GoPro angle. And maybe I get some miles done. The last time it said, I think, 20 kilometers or something to Alma, so I'm doing pretty good, I think. Okay, back to riding. Already made it to my site. I'm only a little wet. Also, I realized after I left my sweater sitting on the counter at home, so hopefully it doesn't get too cold, or hopefully my riding jersey suffices for tonight. I just went into the shelter here and a lady has a fire just roaring in there, so I think I'll be okay and can dry out some gear. Not a bad site except for the wallet. So it's my first time using some of this stuff. I bought this mech tent at the end of last year, never used it. I found this air mattress at Frenchie's, a secondhand place. See if it's any good. Wash basin, pillow, used that before. Bought this sleeping bag on eBay. It's in good shape, except I cut this when I boxed it from the seller. The sleeping bag's okay, but this is ruined. I tried to glue it, it didn't work. I have my field blanket, which should be my sweater tonight if it gets cold, because I don't have a sweater. My personal stuff is in here, like clothing and some food. Over here is my bivy bag, which I thought I might need if it gets really wet tonight. And then this is a mosquito net I've never used, so yeah. I'm gonna set my tent up now and update you guys when I'm done. All set up. Left my bivy bag and my blanket out just in case. Kitchen's ready to go for the morning, although I forgot my cheese buns at home, which are going to be my breakfast. My tent, super great, super easy to set up, looks really well made. It came with a footprint, which I didn't realize, and I had bought another footprint because the internet told me they didn't come with them. Oh well, now I have two. That air mattress I got from Frenchie's, it was okay. I don't usually like air mattresses. I'll see how it works. It was really cheap. It was like 10 bucks. Sleeping bag, pillow. Now, I just gotta take the bike and go get some wood. And I'm gonna hang out here all night. I already cracked a Caesar. I survived the night. The tent worked great. Only problem, there's a street light like right here. Oh well. Little gear check-in. My new sleeping bag, the one with the bad bag, worked phenomenally. I was a little hot going in, but it kept me nice and cool overnight, nice and warm. Didn't use the bivy or the mosquito net. Mech camping pillow, awesome. Could blow it up exactly where you want it. Field blanket, didn't need, but it was there if I need it. I've used that before. That piece of kit is awesome. It can be a poncho, it can be a blanket for a picnic, it can be all sorts of stuff. One thing I was surprised with is this Amazon air mattress. Again, I didn't get it on Amazon. I got it at a secondhand store for 10 bucks. I usually don't like air mattresses, but it blew up really easy and stayed inflated all night, which was nice. I don't want my neighbors to think I'm crazy talking to myself. My new tent, absolutely fantastic. Easy to set up, easy to tear down. Everything's really well made. I really like these grommets. So the fly and the base layer, whatever, footprint, all go into these grommets, and you can adjust them, so outer or inner, depending on how tight you want it. Worked really well. So I'm packing up. I just made myself a poor man pour over with a hotel coffee pod, and I'm gonna drink my coffee, continue to tear down, head to Martin Head. This is one of my favorite spots in Fundy National Park, the Point Wolfe covered bridge. Look at this place. I'm parked illegally. There used to be an old mill here. When I was a kid, there were still some remnants of it, but you don't see much. Oh, yeah, I see some down there. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. One of my favorite views in Fundy National Park, which you can't see right now thanks to the fog. The water's clear and beautiful. I love the earth here, the trees and the moss and the rocks. I'm on the move, heading to Murray Corner. Not Murray Corner. Martin Head. Murray Corner somewhere else. This is so worth it. There's Alma in the distance. My destination is over in this direction. Martin Head. This is the Fundy National Park pool. I haven't been there since I was a kid, and all I remember is it being really cold. But I see solar panels there, so maybe it's heated now. Look at this view. Also, look at this little adventure bike. So cool. Just stopped to check my map. I'm on the beautiful Shepherdie Road, which is built to connect the Fundy Trail Parkway, or Fundy Trail Provincial Park it's called now, to the National Park. Figured I'd just quickly run through my packing again. My backpack. So I don't normally ride with a backpack, but this one's kind of small. You can wear it up high. When I'm riding, it rests on top of the bag, and it seems to disperse the weight for me. So, like always, backpack has like my change clothes, toiletry bag. My food is in here, some lightweight camping meals. I brought some cheese buns from Costco, some apples and clementines, Gatorade, things like that. The water bottle is on the side. Yesterday I fit it in here, today I couldn't. Anyway, it's there, it's easy access. Up top I had my wallet and my phone. On this side in the rig gear bag I have my cook set and the other water bottle, so if I want to make lunch on the trail, between the two I can do it. The other saddle bag, I have an old rusty saw in here that I should just get rid of, and then my tool bag is in here with another new saw I bought to replace it, and all the tools I need to do basic maintenance on, well, all three of my bikes. Something else, I think my bug spray and some other odds and ends are in there. In the duffel bag, the roll dry bag on the back, which is strapped right to my frame. That's where all my bedding stuff and my tenting stuff is. So my tent, sleeping bag, sleeping pad, my mosquito net, which I didn't use, my baby bag, which I didn't use. I think it's possible to really whittle down what I've brought for this trip. A really lightweight, super small, inflatable mattress would be great. And I need to get a compression sack for my sleeping bag. My sleeping bag itself compresses quite small, but I need a better bag for it. So yeah, this is my adventure KLX. Who said you can't do some adventuring with little tiny bikes? I quite love this thing. Years ago I had an opportunity to get a little dual sport when I was a teenager. I think it was a DR200 or a Sierra 230, the one with the signal lights. Back then it seemed like dual sports, like they weren't that cool. Adventure bikes weren't that common. I mean, people were taking giant KTMs and going all over the place, but people weren't doing it with cute little bikes. So I took a long time off of dual sport riding. I had street bikes and then bought myself a Vstrom 650. And I took that thing off-road, but they're not great off-road, right? They're more of an adventure touring. Well, they are an adventure touring. So ended up buying this as a second bike, and I just absolutely love off-road riding. Little 230cc air-cooled motor, fuel injected. The frame, the suspension is fine. I'm a big fellow. Well, I'm not that big. I'm 240, 235, 6 foot. So it is a small bike for me. And I did feel it coming up the hills in Fundy. I was able to hold 80 no problem, which is the speed limit, 80 kilometers an hour. But at one point I did have two tourists right up my arse. Usually I can keep up better with traffic, but of course I have a lot of camping gear on right now. So it looks like I'm almost to Martin Head. I'm taking the next left, and it's pretty much a straight shot there. The road is well traveled by Jeeps and trucks and walkers and four-wheelers and side-by-sides. Finally took my rain gear off, which may or may not be a good decision depending on the amount of rain that I'm going to see here, the amount of puddles. Alright, I think I'm almost there. I can see a break in the trees. Finally going to realize a dream I've had for about 20 years, visiting Martin Head. Funny enough, the trail wasn't good. This is about the worst it's been. And it was way worse where I was yesterday. I went up some rocks yesterday in Crooked Creek. Anyway, there was an old Chevy Cobalt, maybe about a kilometer back, right before it turned to mostly gravel. And I mean, the trail before that was washed out old logging roads. So props to the guy with the Cobalt. He did okay. This is even nicer than I expected. This is absolutely gorgeous. Someone's camping over there in an old Lincoln Navigator. I've been waiting to do this for 20 years. Since I first heard about it from my buddy when I was like, I don't know, 12, 13 years old. I'm gonna go see if I can get to the island. This bike isn't great in sand. I'm gonna have to take my time. Hopefully I don't have a dump. This is about as far as I can go. There's a Fundy Trail Parkway there. There's a river here. I mean, maybe I could cross, but I'm not gonna try. Maybe I'll walk over. These people are loaded up for quite an adventure. Looks like fun, actually. Little KLX230 made it. The only bad thing is to get back, I have to take the same trail and I'm gonna have to go up the rocky, washed out road. It'll be fine. Take my time. This is way better than I could have expected it to be. This is amazing. No wonder people love this place. This place is beloved by the four-wheeler community, the truck community, the snowmobile community, the dual sport community, the adventure guy, hikers, bikers, runners. Everybody loves this place. This has to be one of the most gorgeous places in New Brunswick, I swear to God. Luckily, you don't need to have a dual sport or a truck or a side-by-side to get here. The Fundy Trail Parkway is right there. It's super accessible. Walking trails, driving roads. I'm not going there today because I don't have time, but I've been there many times. Super, super, super cool. Worth the entry fee to the park. One of my favorite spots is actually the Martin Head Lookoff, where you can see this cool island. There's my little plug for New Brunswick. No Fundswick. Alright, I made it out, up the rocks. Wasn't too bad, I just took my time, mostly in first gear. Came up okay. My rear tire is not in the best of shape. Stock tires never last, so that's one of my upgrades for next year. I went by all sorts of different pieces of inner fenders and skid plates and stuff going down that trail, so this Cobalt person was smart leaving it here, especially with bald tires. Anyway, I'm actually impressed this Cobalt made it here at all. There's stickers on the dash. That's a teenage thing. Ah, to be young again, eh? Gordon Falls, a place I used to hang out in quite a bit as a teenager. I've gone by quite a few no trespassing signs to get here, but we'll see what happens. Down there was always a bunch of bottles, and I see there's still a bunch of bottles. Ugh. Maybe I shouldn't be filming. With my hands full. There. Okay, it's actually pretty slippery. When I was a kid, I jumped off straight across, which was really dumb. I also jumped off there once and hurt my back landing into that pool. Do not recommend. People jump from straight across, and yeah, I used to think I would see someone die here someday. People have died here. I'm just gonna enjoy it today. I'm not doing any swimming. That current's pretty wild. Well, this is sad. Earlier I saw a covered bridge in really good shape. Here's one that is not being demolished, from what I understand. Before the causeway opened up here in Riverview, I actually used to swim under here as a kid. Hard to believe now with the silty mud. But I think it's the Wheaton Covered Bridge. I think it's what this is called. Anyway, sad. I'm almost out of gas.